Hi, this is Jamie with Antelope Beads, and we're here today to make this whimsical, pretty leather cuff with a butterfly magnetic clasp and 3 strands of our 5mm flat Euro leather braided together. In this example, I've used 3 different strands with the same color, in this pretty blue, and the antique brass butterfly clasp. You can see this won't just slide open. It has a safety inside, so you kind of have to twist it open, and the safety there keeps these 2 magnets nice and secure on your wrist. As I said, in this example, I used 3 of the same color leathers, but the one we're going to make today, I'm using 3 different colors, and I'm using a silver magnetic butterfly clasp. Also, I need our super new glue and a pair of wire cutters. I've used 3 different colors in this example, and that's going to help us with our braiding technique once we've glued one of the ends in. So I'm going to begin by trimming down the very ends of the piece of leather that I'm going to use in the middle. I'm going to take the leather and take my cutters and just snip off the very corners like so. I'm going to do it on both sides of that top edge. And this is just going to give me a little bit of extra room that I'll need to slide this 3rd piece of leather into the clasp. And I'm going to flip it and do the same thing for the other side. Okay, now we can get started. I can set these aside. I won't need my cutters anymore. And I'm going to take my super new glue and the clasp, and I'm just going to drop a few drops of glue into the end of the clasp there. I'm going to move it back and forth a bit to make sure that it coats the entire bottom. And I'm going to start with the 2 outside pieces of leather. So I'm going to take this metallic purple and slide it into the edge and hold it for a few seconds. Then this metallic garnet and into the opposite side. Then I'll take this gunmetal and slide it into the center. And you can see that because I've snipped off those edges, it slides in very easily, and I can be sure that it's all the way into the back and that all 3 pieces are in. I'm going to put the lid back on my super new glue for a little bit and just hold this for a few more seconds to let it bond. Now we're going to begin braiding, and we need to be very gentle with this glue bond because it's not yet completely dry. So I'm going to set the clasp down and just try to be very gentle when I'm braiding. The braiding technique that I use is just right over center, left over center. Right over center, left over center. And I'm only going to be able to do that a few times with this leather. As you can see, it does get a little stiff when you start braiding. And what you want to do is let it kind of take this natural curl that it wants to take when you're braiding. So I think I can do this just a couple more times. And I want to make sure that I get this gunmetal color back in the center since that's where it was on the other side. Now I'm going to take the fingers of one of my hands and just hold on to these 3 ends, and also take the other end and hold on to the 3 leathers and just kind of ripple this back and forth. This kind of evens out the braids and helps the leathers lay where they want to lay and helps just smooth out the braid. Now I'm going to turn this around and try to hold the entire piece with my non-dominant hand while I grab my glue again for the other side. So I take my glue again, put a few drops, to the edge, and again kind of move it back and forth to let the glue settle in there. And then here's where it's a little bit tricky. So here I'm going to take the outside, this gunmetal purple again, and slide it into the edge there. And I'm going to take the pink, slide it in, or the garnet, Then I'm going to carefully slide the gunmetal piece in. And as I said, on the other side, this one you may have to work in a little bit, but just be patient with it and know that it will all slide in there. And now, as tempted as you may be to kind of adjust this braid at this point, please just let it sit and let your glue really cure and dry for several hours or overnight. After that, then you can go back and kind of manipulate the braid and kind of smooth it out even further. But you can see that that's a pretty braid there with these 3 colors. And with the fun magnetic butterfly, you can wear this on the top of your wrist or the bottom. For lots of other ideas and bracelet tutorials, please visit our website at antelopebeads.com. Thank you.